Good evening, everybody. This is Ying in California with morsels of a thought number 1887. This morning was a very, very, very unusual day. I happened to pepper gel my eye, and so I don't want you guys to see what I look like right now. I am going to read to you from all the rules. This is TR Tuesday. It's still Tuesday where I am, and it is PM style, as though, what is as a Macintosh page? It says as though Edison Electric has turned off your power. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I'm looking up page 60. Rule 9 in All the Rules by Ellen Wyman, Jerry Schneider. Now, these women are natives of the dating scene. They know dating very, very well. Many great examples of success stories from even being divorced and remarrying. What happened with the original marriage that says Ellen Fine is that they grew into people that they no longer were. Neither one of them was the same person they were when they were younger, and they were no longer compatible. So that is a truth that can happen, and I accept it very easily and well in this Western society that we treasure and cherish. Um, oh, that was the whole point. Okay. Rule number 9, how to act on beats 1, 2, and 3. There are lots of different ways to act. If you are anything like us, says the authors, you've thought a lot about how much the two of you have in common before he even arrives to pick you up. And you've named the children before he says hello. This type of scheming innocuous daydreaming before the date is dangerous, possibly the worst thing you can do short of professing love to him during dessert. This kind of fantasizing leads to unfulfilled longing and to unrealistic expectations of romance and passion that makes you prone to say foolish things like, I have 2 tickets to a concert after the first date. Yes, you can reciprocate, but much later. See rule number 4. If at all possible, don't think of him before he arrives. It isn't necessary for the first 3 dates. Be busy right up until the minute he buzzes you from downstairs. Don't have him come up to your apartment on the first date. Now, this is for people who know each other. Who know each other through others. Like maybe 2 degrees of separation, never more. And this was before the days of the internet where we meet people with many degrees of separation, infinite numbers of degrees of separation, because we're random people from the internet. Here, these are people you know through your neighbors, through your friends, uncles, relatives, and classmates, and they're connected through some kind of chain of people, degrees of separation. So, here in the old days, people did actually have a man come and pick them up at their home. Some people were more careful, other people were not. At any rate, don't have him come up to your apartment on the first date. Preferably, meet him in the lobby of your apartment building or at a restaurant. Rules girls play it safe. On these 3 dates, don't tell them all about your day as if you've known each other for years, thinking that it would bring you closer. Don't be too serious, controlling, or wifey. Don't mention the M word, not even mention that your brother recently got married. Remember that you are a creature unlike any other, a beautiful woman, inside and out. So don't feel that you have to fit in the first date, 3 dates is show up, relax, pretend you're an actress making a cameo appearance in a movie. Reread rule number 1. Be a creature unlike any other. Be sweet and light. Laugh at his jokes, but don't try too hard. Smile a lot, and don't feel obligated to fill up the lulls in the conversation. In general, let him do all the work. Pick you up, pick the restaurant, open the door, and pull out your chair. Act nonchalantly at all times as if you're always on dates and it's nothing out of the ordinary, even if you haven't had a date in years. If you have to think about something, think about your date with another man that week. You should always try to date other people so that you never get hung up on one man at any time. And to date first. See rule number 11, especially if you like him. Glance at your watch after 2 hours for a drink date or 3 or 4 hours for a dinner date. Take a sigh and say, gee, this was really great, but I've got a really big day tomorrow. Now, keep in mind, we are the cardinal convention person here. The first date in Rules Land 2026 is to use a coffee break, which would be about 45 minutes maybe, thereabouts, double even, but no more. And that would be a 45-minute or 15-minute or whatever number of minutes, maybe less than an hour and a half, that you would like to meet for. And it's a coffee date. You're not eating anything, so it doesn't take so long. It's just like an chemistry between you. And it's the way that rules women now call that B0. Date zero. B0. According to the Facebook page by Shannon Howard, date zero is C0. And then Z means dead zone, which is another topic that has come up before and will come up again later. Okay, so that's for the author. Don't say what it is you're doing tomorrow. At the end of the first date, you can accept a light tap on the cheek or lips, even though you're dying to do more. Okay, so we're reading from All the Rules, Scientists and Secrets for Capturing the Heart of Mr. Right by Ellen Klein and Sherry Schneider, authors of the rules, original rules, without the word all. Keep in mind, this was, there was a flower there, and there was no word there, not the word all in the original rules. And that's the original book. Now, in this book, this was written in the days when internet was just in its infancy. Literally the year, the same year, 1995 was the year that this was written. And 1996 was the year the internet exploded. I remember working for an internet company in November of 1995. And the person that I was working for, the company that I was working for, eventually got sold to CNET. And I think it was 585,000 CNET shares, which was at that time valued at $15 million. So that tells you something about when the internet came along. It came along literally at the same time. So see, this book came out when the internet was literally in its infancy. Okay, so anyway, back to the book. Okay, and then my point was that in the days when it started, people were still meeting without the internet. So people met through word of mouth, introductions, and so on. Okay, now it's different. But here, let's see what it says. Don't invite him up to your place at the end of the first date. Okay, good. After all, he's still a stranger at this point. He should only see the lobby of your apartment building. This is both for safety and for rules. So this is the way it would be if, for example, if you were dating a friend that you had never dated before. By not letting here's say, by not letting him into your apartment or agreeing to go to his, you drastically reduce your chances of any sort of problem occurring. If you meet someone at a bar or party, the same rule applies. Don't get into his car for any reason or you might end up in his trunk. Don't invite him to go to your apartment or go to his that night. It's a crazy world out there. You on the internet, play it safe. Okay? On the second date, use your judgment. If you feel comfortable with this man, he can pick you up at your apartment and you can invite him up for a drink at the end of the night. And this was in the days when we were still getting introduced to friends. Perfect. But when in doubt, meet him in the lobby of your building and say goodnight there as well. Rules, girls, don't take chances. We know now. Rules, girls, don't take chances. You hear that, friends? We know you're asking to go. We know we're asking you to go against your feelings here, but you want to get married, don't you? Anyone can get a one-night stand. In summary, the first 3 dates should be like quote eating and nothingness. Dress nice, be nice, goodbye, and go home. Get that? Dress nice, be nice, goodbye, and go home. Not too much feeling, investment, or heart. You're probably wondering how long you can keep up this act, right? Don't worry, it gets easier. Hi there, guys. Love, I see something. Rule number 10. How to ask on dates 4 through commitment time. On the first 3 dates, you showed up and acted sweet. On the fourth date, you can show more of yourself. You can talk about your feelings as long as you don't get too heavy or play therapist or mother. Exhibit warmth, charm, and heart. If his dog died or his baseball team lost, express sympathy. Look into his eyes. Be attentive and be a good listener so that he knows you are a caring human being, a person who would make a supportive wife. Still, don't mention words like marriage, wedding, kids, or the future. Those are subjects for him to bring up. He must take the lead. Talk about something outside your relationship, like your favorite sport, TV show, a great movie, the novel you just finished, an interesting article from Sunday's New York Times, or a good museum exhibit you just saw. That's the idea. What do I need? Water? My fingers or something? So, oh, whoa, look at this one. Oh, I love how big this is. Okay, here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 don'ts. Don't tell him what your astrologist, nutritionist, personal trainer, strength, or yoga instructor thinks about your relationship with him. Don't tell him what a mess you were before you discovered seminars and gurus, as in, my life was such a mess before the forum at ESP. Don't tell him he's the first man to treat you with respect. He'll think you're a loser or a tramp. Don't give him the third degree about his past relationship. It's none of your business. Don't say, we brought a trump in a serious tone or he'll bolt from the bar stool. Don't overwhelm him with your career triumphs. Try to let him shine. Don't plague him with your neuroses. Remember, you won't have to, okay, these days we say PTSD, but that doesn't mean remember, you won't have to keep such things to yourself forever, just for the first few months, until he says he's in love with you. Eventually, you will become more yourself. It's the first impressions from the first few months of dating that men remember forever. If you find it hard to keep up this act, then end the date early or see less of him. Letting it all hang out too soon is counterproductive to your goals. We are reading from All the Rules by Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider. Time-sensitive secrets for capturing the heart of Mr. Ray. And yes, I'm in the dark because I don't want you to see my eyes because I pepper gelled my left eye today and it's red and I can't put on makeup. I don't want you to see me without makeup. And so I'm not going out. But I'm still reading the rules. Oh God, the next sentence is just killer. Okay. Many women are conditioned to in therapy to open up very soon. This is fine for therapy or with a girlfriend, but don't do this on a date. The rules are about opening up slowly so that men aren't overwhelmed by it. It's rather selfish and inconsiderate to burden people with our whole lives on a 3 hour date, don't you think? Remember, the rules are innately unselfish, but not so unselfish that you feel you have to answer any question you regard as too personal or none of his business like that. Don't tell him anything that you will regret. Some men like surprise secrets out of women. Women sometimes reveal more than they really plan to, hoping that their revelations will draw a man closer to them. But afterwards, they feel naked as well as tricked and cheated. Better to smile when asked a question that is too personal and say, "Oh, I'd rather not talk about that right now." So, my point is that even if Edison has turned off your electricity, you have to act like everything is just fine. If you're on the phone or if you're texting him, you just act like everything is just fine. So that's what I'm doing. I'm acting like everything is pretty much just fine. I'm not going out there and I don't have electricity on. That's my cell phone. Of course, personal matters may come up. Be careful how you answer his questions. If he asks you how long you are planning to live in your apartment, say you're renewing your lease. Don't say, for example, that we are hoping to meet a man soon so that you can get a bigger apartment with him when your lease is up. Even if that is in fact your true hope and desire, don't say so, or your date will run to the nearest exit. Act independent so that he doesn't feel that you're expecting him to take care of you. That's as true on the first date as the 50th. Jill remembers that when she went bed shopping for herself with Bruce, her boyfriend of 6 months, she deliberately bought a single bed rather than a queen size bed. It killed her to have to do this as she was hoping he was the one and knew if they were going to get engaged and married, she would have no use for the bed, but the fold out couch she'd been sleeping on was broken. Rather than consulting first on the bed purchase, asking him what kind of bed he likes and what size he likes, as if to suggest this might be the bed they would be sharing one day, she bought the single bed as if she had no intention of getting married soon. It was important not to let Bruce know that she would find a bed with him in mind when they weren't married and might never be. Of course, the single bed hasn't gone to waste. Joel's in-laws, Bruce's parents, now keep it as a spare and dinner restaurant. So, always end the date first. That's rule number 11. If you have not been living by the rules, then you probably didn't know that the first date or two should last no more than 5 hours. A good way to end the date is to nonchalantly glance at your watch and say something like, "Gosh, I really must be going now. I have such a busy day tomorrow." As we said before, don't say what you're doing. It doesn't matter and it's none of his business. Ending the date first is not so easy when you really like him, you want to marry him, and you're both having a great time, but it must be done because you must leave him wanting more of you, not less. If he wants to know more about you as the date is ending, he can always call you the next day or ask you out again when he drops you off. It is our experience that men will want to see you a lot, sometimes every day in the beginning, and then grow very bored very quickly. So abide by the rules and you'll stay smitten. Not ending the date first is bad enough. What's worse, however, is prolonging the date once it should have been over. Randy felt like she was losing Bob, quote unquote, at the end of their second date in the movie, so she suggested they go dancing. Well, Bob didn't want to hurt her feelings, so he said okay. Then he never called again. Of course, Randy should have ended the date right after the movie, but she thought she could excite Bob with her great disco dancing. Other women try to prolong a first or second date, for example, by inviting the man up to her apartment for a drink of coffee so that he'll fall in love with her decorating, or the home brewed decaf. No! First of all, it should be the man trying to prolong the date, not you. He should be suggesting dancing, drinks, or a cafe where the two of you can get dessert and cappuccino. If he didn't suggest it, then it's not supposed to happen. Instead of worrying about making the date interesting or longer, just make sure you eat it. This is the theory of the rules, where you do the being and nothingness at the beginning, because that is where the man enjoys talking to you. He sees you, and people who have conversations have discovered that the person who talks the more, has the more enjoyable experience. It's the talking that seems to make people enjoy a conversation. So let him do most of the talking. That's what these authors are saying. Let him do most of the talking on the first anyway. And while you're being mysterious, let him do most of the talking. That's what they're saying. And you're trying to be mysterious for at least the first few months. And so that means you don't see him too often, or else you can't be that mysterious. The less you see him, the more mysterious you are. That's the less you see him, the really less you see him, you never see him again. So you want to see him once or twice a week, not more than twice a week, especially in the first few weeks of dating, months of dating, and then not more than 3 times a week until you get married. Or else he'll never want to get married. You know what I mean? You know what they mean? That's what the authors are saying. So I hope you've enjoyed this camping experience. This has been the Wolf um, in the Macintosh style. I call it EM style because it's electromagnetic as well. Well, anyway, that was the experience of the movie. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be the daytime. Okay, old Kinderhook.